Hello everyone, welcome back to the Swift Academy. In today's video, we are going to show you how to create an overlayer like this that can be show as a transparent background and cover all the window, and also it has its own content view that you can actually even later on add your stuffs or objects like image view, labels and buttons inside it. And even then later on you can actually customize it and bring this content view at the center by some kind of the animations like flipping or sliding or whatever you need for that. So then you can even using the protocols and delegates that I described in that video that I will put the links inside the description. You can use the benefits of the passing data with the protocols and delegates and pass the done button or whatever button that you put here to the main view that it's called this overlayer view. So let's jump into the code and see how we are going to create such these views. To save time, I just create the project and create a button at the center of this view controller that already exists inside our main view controller. This is a UIKit with the Storyboard project, because the goal of this video is just to show you how to create that overlayer. So you know that we have a button here, then we are trying to use the assistant editor and connect these outlets of this button to our view controller. So we have the IB outlets here, outlets, and then we have to connect the just simply with the action right now. If you want to change anything inside that button later on, you can do the button outlet as well. Okay, I call it button action because I just need the action. By clicking on that, we are going to show our overlayer. So now this is the only thing that we need inside our storyboard. I'm going to close the storyboard and come back to our main view controller that we have. And let's see, we need an overlayer here. So I'm going to create a new group here, call it overlayer PopUp, and put all the classes related to the overlayer PopUp here. The class is kind of the UI view controller, but how we are going to present it is matter. So we need to create a Cocoa Touch class, and I'm going to call it as overlayer PopUp. And also, yes, we need the zip file for that. And next, okay, it's going to create all the stuff for us. Let me get rid of these boilerplate codes. And now let's see what we have here. So this is our view as a zip file here. We need some kind of the content view at the center of this page. So I'm going to bring up the view here and put it at the center. Also, I'm going to make the constraints center, and also I'm going to add the constant width and height to that. Okay, the width will be 240 and the height I'm going to put as 350. Okay, now we have that. Okay, let me change the background of this view controller to see exactly what we have here. This is our content view at the center of this page. Also, because we are going to show the pop-up with the background transparency with nice animation, we need a complete back view as well. So this is our content view. I'm going to name it as the content view. And also, as I said, we need another back view here. I'm going to put it at the top of our content view and call it as the back view. This back view should be completely cover our page. As you can see, I'm going to make it bigger and adjust the constraints as 0 to all the window, so it will cover all of the view. And I wanna to make the background here clear so we can see our content view here. So we need back view and content view here. Then inside our content view, we can put all our stuffs. I'm going to just bring our stuff that we needed. We need label here, one other for the subtitle. We need some button Okay, I will put it here, and also I'm going to add an image view. As you can see, you can put all the things that you need inside this content view. But for the simplicity, I'm going to just put all of them inside an stack view to better arrangement. So I'm going to select all of them and then click on this button and then click on the stack view. It will be automatically putting all our stuff inside an stack view. Then by selecting the stack view, we can simply adjust the constraints for our stack view here. So I'm going to adjust the constraints here. So the 0, and from the button, because I need a little more padding, I'm going to put 20. As you can see, it's covering all of our content view and in a very nice way without us to need to do anything about how to put them together. Okay, I'm going to bring up our image view before I add the Swift Academy logo inside the asset folder. Now we have that. This is our title here, title, and also this is our subtitle. I'm just writing this is Swift Academy. And as you can see, we have a button here. We can make our button actually nice by adding some constraints to that. So I'm going to make it 10 by 10 and add it here. I'm going to also add a height constraint. Instead of the 59, I'm going to add, for example, 39. And also I'm going to make the background as the custom here. This is a new feature that we have in the Xcode from the past ones, I guess. So I'm going to fill it by some kind of the colors like system blue color. And for the foreground, I'm going to just use the white color here. So we need our button here. Also, I really want to make it actually round. So instead of creating an extension and to make this round, we can, for the buttons, we can use inside the storyboard right now. Okay, I'm going to name this button as the done. And here you are, we created our content view. Okay, now we have some error here. It's related to our stack view, how you going to constrain things inside the stack view. Click on the stack view, you have the alignment center, but the distribution is going to be fill. We need to put it as equal spacing or fill proportionally. By using the fill proportionally, it will be automatically allocate the space between them and adjust all the things in the nice way for us. Now you can bring up the assistant editor. You can connect all your IB outlets from your content view to handle all of them, but the only things that we really need here is our button action. So I just bring up the button action, done action. It's going to be action, the type of the UI button. Because when we click on the done button, we are going to dismiss our view. And also we need to add some other kind of the elements as IB outlets here, our back view here. So I'm just call it as the back view. And also we need our content view to be here. So content view. Now we have our back view, our content view, our done action here. Okay, now we need some other kind of the elements here or functions, how we are going to present. As I said, this view controller that we are going to show as a pop-up is kind of the UI view controller. We are going to present it as a modal. So we have to define it somehow to initialize itself and bring itself pop up as a modal and as a full screen. So at the first, we need to initialize it inside itself. So when we are calling it from other view controllers, there is no need to do some sort of the initializations here. So super.init, as you can see, we have a nib name and we have the bundle. The nib name is gonna be our layer file. That this is the same zip file name as we have it here. For the bundle, we are going to the need. Also, it needs the required function. It will be automatically going to be add here. So we don't need actually do anything with our zip file. I'm going to jump to our actually view controller here, our layer view controller, to make the other changes here. And one more thing, inside the initializer, we have to say this view controller that your modal presentation style is going to be our full screen. So whenever we initialize this view controller, it knows that it is our full screen view controller. It's not going to be modally presented like as the paging or other kind of things. And for the sake of the clean coding, as usually I do, I put the config view here as a function and create all the configuration that's related to the view inside that function. So first of all, when we bring up this view controller, it should be totally transparent and clear. I'm going to make this view dot background color equal to clear. The reason that I'm doing, let me show you something here inside the simulator again. So when I'm clicking on the show our layer, we bring up this view controller, and then with the nice animation, we are going to bring up the back view and the content view. So this is the reason that we put the view background color to be clear. So let's continue. Then we need to add the self.backView.background color equal to the black, and also we need to have some sort of the alpha. With alpha component, alpha, I'm going to put it 6. It means that it's not going to be completely blank. It has some kind of the alpha or transparency there. So at the beginning, we need to make our back view dot alpha is going to be 0. It means that it will be completely transparent. And also our content view at the beginning should be transparent as well. It shouldn't be visible. We are not going to hide it. We just actually, the alpha ratio of that is going to be 0. So the transparency is gone. And then I'm going to make the content view a little bit nice. So the content view dot layer dot corner radius is going to be 10 for us. Okay, so now what we need to do. When we call this view controller, we need some sort of the appear function. So I'm going to have a function called appear. And inside this appear function, what we need to do is just passing who is the caller. So we need the sender here. Who wants to present this UI view controller as a pop over layer? So we need a view controller here. When inside that view controller, we call this appear function, it is going to be presented as that sender is going to do that. So inside the view controller, when we call this overlayer pop-up, there is no need to do this. We just have the appear function here that handle all the stuff for us. So sender.present, what we are going to present, we are going to present itself, and also we need to be animated now because we are going to handle our animation as well. We can actually have the completion handler or not, but I'm rather to do that because then make sure that this view completely appear in the window, then I can do our animation. So I'm going to create a self show function here. It means that when the sender view controller completely present our view controller, our layer, then we need to have our show function here. So let me create that. It should be private function show. And what I'm going to do inside the show, simply by using the UI animation, UI view dot animation. Okay, the things that we are going to do here, we need just some sort of small stuffs here. So we need just the duration of our animation and also the delay and the animation block. So the total time interval for animation I'm going to put as 1. The delay is going to be a little bit delay, and what we are going to put inside our animation, just self.backView.alpha. We're gonna bring it to the 1, and also self.contentView.alpha is equal to the 1. Okay, now we show it, then somehow we need to hide it as well. I'm going to create a function called hide. I'm not going to make it private because maybe later on we are going to access it outside this view controller inside your project. So when it's going to be hide, it means that we need to animate again the back view to the 0, the content view to the 0, and also we need to dismiss this page completely. So in that case, it should be empty the memory. So the arc will be have no reference to this view controller, and it will be not creating any retain cycle in that case. So let me show you how we are going to do that. We need the UI view dot animation, but here also we need the completion block as well. So with the duration, I'm going to put 1 delay. Now I don't want any delay for that. And for the options, it's going to be curve is out. It's just an optional thing. You can see the Apple documentation related to the animate and find out, okay, what kind of the options you may have there. Okay, we need animation block, and also we need some completion block. For the animation block, as I said, I'm just going to make these two, back view and content view, back to the alpha 0. It means that they will not going to be visible inside an animation block. And for the completion, I'm going to do the self. It means this view controller, dismiss. We don't need the animation here, so I'm going to make it false because we already inside an animation. And also I'm going to put some other codes here, like as the remove from parent. So now we have the show, we have the hide function inside our done action. I can just simply call the hide here. Now our overlayer view is ready. Let's jump back to the view controller, and when we click on the button action, what will be happen? Okay, we can create an object from our class, our layer class. Let our layer is going to be our layer pop-up that we just created here. And then, as you can see, we can access to the appear function here. It needs a sender. The sender, it will be self. Let's build this app and see what's happening. Okay, I'm going to click on the show overlayer here now. Oh, nice. You see, it will be animating our UI view controller and present it as a full screen, and also bring up our content view with the title, with the subtitle, image, and all the things that we put here. And then we have the done button here. By clicking the done button, the hide function will be called, and as you can see, the hide function is going to make the back view and content view to the 0, and also it may be dismissed and get out of our view completely. So the view controller may be released from the memory. This is how you can actually create a custom pop-up or overlayer for your application. I hope you liked this video, and please subscribe for more content like this. Be successful. See you in the next video.